of this, let's bring in Jeff Van Drew. He's a New Jersey congressman and member of the House Judiciary Committee. So how nervous is Washington about this unrest in Russia, Congressman?
Well, of course there's concern, and you should be concerned, and we're going to have to watch this very carefully. This is a very unusual circumstance. Just think about this. We've got a couple of individuals here. Prigozhin is not a stupid man. He rose from selling hot dogs all the way to leading the Wagner Group. Putin is not a stupid man. Obviously, he's led this country for decades, and he knows what he's doing. So the fact that there were no deaths, I mean, that's amazing. I mean, in Russia, let's face it, when anything happens, people die. There were no deaths. They started their march, and then they are going back to where they started from, back into Ukraine. We don't know exactly what that all meant because, again, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, there's a part of me that wonders if they really were trying to lure Ukraine into doing something and this was part of the process, or did maybe something happen to Prigozhin where he had a mental breakdown for a short period of time. But Putin has come to some agreement. We don't know what it is. We really don't understand exactly what happened. Anybody that tells you they do is overconfident. Anybody that also says that Putin is done for, I don't happen to believe it. Yes, in a way, he was weakened here, but he's also strengthened because he survived this. An attempt was made by one of the leading military minds in Russia, and it failed, and Putin still survives. We've got a ways to go here to figure out what's really happening and what's going on. And I'm telling you, this is not a time for the United States or anybody to be overconfident, but to really monitor this situation carefully. Yeah, this is weird.
Weird is a good word for it, and there's so much confusion about what's going on. Some people speculate that the two of them were in cahoots about it, that somehow Putin and his former good friend Prigozhin put their heads together and said, hey, let's do this. But that doesn't seem to have any benefit for Vladimir Putin.
It doesn't. At this point, it doesn't seem to have any benefit. And that's why, even though you can, throw that theory around, and we're going to find more, this is going to unwrap the next few days. We're going to, I believe, know much, much more. But on the other hand, it's so unusual in anything that happens again in Russia that nobody died in the process of this. I mean, this was in a very aggressive act, and yet it was very calm in the way that they went about it, and then they just went back home. It's almost like two powerful kids in a playground, and they're getting ready to have a fist fight, and then they just think about it and walk away. Are they just trying to show off to everybody? Are they trying to lure Ukraine into doing something stupid? And what does it all mean? I'm telling you, nobody knows. So when you don't know, we shouldn't do something stupid. When you don't know, you have to watch and monitor carefully and make sure that we're protecting our country. That's the most important part. I mean, in the very beginning, it was nerve-wracking, by the way, because of this nuclear arsenal. And it's, as you know, it's the largest in the world. And it is frightening to think because, Prigozhin is not a good man. And he may very well be worse than Putin. So I don't know if people thought, well, it'd be good if Putin's gone and he's taken over. Not necessarily so.
Yeah, it's fascinating. The reports are that nobody was killed in all of this, but, the Russian government tends to have an aversion to the truth, telling the truth. So maybe there are deaths that we don't know about.
And you very well could be right. There's so much we don't know about at this point. But I'd say this. If there are deaths we don't know about, it's still not a high number. You would think somebody's marching towards Moscow, going against the president. And even if there were deaths, it weren't a lot because we would have picked that up. Our people, our CIA and others.
All right,
so there's something strange about the whole thing. Yeah. And it could be as simple as somebody snapped. I don't know. I don't think anybody does, but we're going to find out.
It's a very strange situation, that's for sure. New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew, we appreciate you joining us tonight on the Fox Report.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be back with more in just a moment.
We know